God and think like God and be connected back to holiness. You got to understand and know that in this season, God cannot speak to you and cannot understand what your praise means unless you are connected back to holiness. Oh God, Moses could not understand God until he took off his shoes and was connected back to holiness and connected back to the nature of God. It's time for us to get connected back to God. God Almighty, it's time for us to get connected. Last thing, so Moses begins to waver in himself. He begins to wonder, why in the world, God, would you pick me? Why in the world would you choose me? Why in the world would you select me to be the chosen one? Why in the world would you perfect me? I'm wavery. I stutter. I don't know what I'm doing. I have imperfections. I don't know how to lead these people out. God responded back to him and says, I am. You got to understand that he says, I am that I am. In other words, that when you begin to lead these people, when you begin to walk in the purpose of God, you got to understand that you're not walking by yourself, but you're walking with the great I am. And you got to understand that when you're walking with the great I am, he will do the things that you're not capable of doing. You're not capable of leading these people. You're not capable of preaching the word of God. But when you're connected with the great I am, he will lead you and guide you in the places you need to go. Tell somebody next to you, get connected to the I am. Get connected to the I am. Get connected to the great I am. Get connected back to the I am, because the I am will cover up your imperfections. He will do the things that you cannot do. He will cover up the imperfections and the flaws that you have in your life. Why? Because he is the great I am. And so now we see not only good God Almighty, not only did he say that I am, but he tells him that I am has sent you. And I believe the reason that God didn't give Moses a specific name is because he wants Moses to not be able to put God in a box. Good God Almighty. And some of you got to understand and know that you cannot put God in a box. You cannot limit God on what he is doing. You cannot limit God on what he is trying to do in your life. Tell somebody next to you, I'm not going to limit God. I'm not going to limit God. God is going to do the things in my life that he has to do. And so